This could be BeamNG's most detailed real-world car mod. It's the Peugeot 205. After several huge updates, this retro hatchback mod has a mind-blowing level of detail. And yes, this is a free mod by Jorge Pinto. We've had over 2 years of updates. It's been a year since I last checked it out. And since then, we've got 18 new configs and so much more detail. Every nook and cranny has been modeled to a very high standard. And even this base model looks really nice. The interior is equally detailed. Just have a look at the stitching on the seats. And yes, this is a 1980s vehicle, but we've got some very clear gauges and a very interesting looking steering wheel. Under the hood, this base model has a 1-litre straight 4 engine. It produces 50 horsepower and it has a custom engine noise. Whoa. And look at the detail under here. Even the strut on the bonnet is modelled. Watch. Look at that! So we're going to be driving the 205 Junior first, but don't worry, this mod now has race and rally car variants. And we will be driving those a little bit later. So the Peugeot 205 was built between 1983 and 1999, but this is the 3-door hatchback, and this mod includes the 1988 to 93 model. That's kind of like the middle of the car's production cycle. And yeah, this is the Junior, just having 50 horsepower, but weighing less than 900 kilos. It's a very agile, slightly slow car, but look at the handling. This car was very well known for its amazing front-wheel drive handling, and it looks really at home here in Italy. In fact, this mod does have the number plates mod support. That's the European, license plate mod support. I've left a link to both the car and the license plates in the description down below. So let's go for a high-speed crash test. Now we are going downhill, which helps this slow car get up to speed. Okay, the crash model isn't bad. We've got quite a lot of deformation. The hood has gone through the windscreen, but you can really see all the individual parts on here. There's so much stuff to be broken and twisted up. So a year ago, I checked out this mod when it had just 10 configs, but now it's shot up to 28. We've got race cars, rally cars, hot hatchbacks, and even unique special editions. There have also been some nice improvements to this mod. We have the new BeamNG dynamic lighting system. That's all the way around the car. We now have much more accurately modeled suspensions. We've got a triangulated independent front suspension and a torsion beam at the back. In fact, all of the different models in this mod have really realistic suspension to make sure the driving characteristics are as realistic as possible. Inside, the dash lights up with this kind of orange glow, quite like that. And we've also got some nice buttons down here for the hazards and the fog lights. This is a diesel, but it's the D Turbo, and this was Peugeot's attempt to make a GTI turbo diesel, but it's still like driving a go-kart. And for a diesel in the 1980s, whoa, this is fun. Peugeot were one of the first brands to really go after diesels in a major way, and a lot of 205s were sold with a diesel engine. It kind of normalized diesel in the 1980s in places like France and Britain and Germany. And look at the fog lights at the back. They're really bright. This thing isn't going to be winning any races, but let's see what it's like on the highway. We've got very short gearing, and I don't really know why. Have we got 6? No, we haven't even got 6 gears. We're capping out at 85, about 90 miles per hour, and that's it. We're hitting the rev limiter now. Yeah, this car feels like it's got more to give, but the gearbox is letting us down. Let's go for a crash test. Whoa! Yeah. Good crash model for a real-world car mod. Okay, the D Turbo did feel a little bit slow, but not when you compare it to the XAD. This is the base diesel model, and it's a van. This one is a UK spec van. If I open up the trunk, you can see we've got kind of a doggy guard, whatever these things are called. You'd use those, I guess, to stop dogs getting into the front, but this is also used in vans. 59 horsepower, it's a right-hand drive, and yeah, it's a lot slower. It doesn't really matter about the horsepower. This car is all about its amazing handling. It also has an incredible turning circle. Look at this. Whoa! Oh. damn it. And you may have noticed, with the license plate mod installed, all the configs spawn with their relevant license plate. So there are about 10 special editions included in this mod. These are very unique vehicles, and they all have unique parts. For example, on the left here, we have the Roland Garros Paris edition. This is named after a tennis tournament. Inside, you can see we've got red seat belts. Really love that. Then we've got the La Poste edition. This is, well, a car made for the French Postal Service. Then we've got the Indiana, I think named after the American state. It looks like it's ready for the desert. Looks a bit weird. And then on the right, we've got the Automatic. Yes, they made a special edition specially for the automatic models. But my favorite special edition has to be the Rally. That's Rally with YE at the end. You can see it spelled out here. We have a yellow paint job and the Peugeot racing colors. We've got a tuned 1.4 litre engine and some quite unique styling on this thing. 75 horsepower, not very powerful, but what's it like on a dirt road? Now, this is the 1.4 litre Rally. It's the UK special edition. Look at these seats. Are they leather? I don't know, but they look really nice. And we've got a sunroof. Off we go. Lot of wheel spin. Whoa, it's not very grippy. I'm guessing the tyres are more sort of road tyres, but what's it like on the dirt? Whoa, there's really not much grip. Brakes. Oh, pretty good brakes. No anti-lock, but they seem to be, you know, pretty effective on the dirt. Whoa, took that a bit fast. Oh, and it just looks right on the dirt, doesn't it? It just looks like it belongs here. Yeah, it handles pretty well. I think we've got a hairpin corner coming up. Handbrake. No! Oh, damn. In the 1980s, Peugeot did have a lot of success at rallying, and this Rally edition was really designed to cash in on that. This is a budget, not high-performance car, but it did have that kind of flair of the Peugeot Rally team with the unique livery and slightly tweaked performance. But whoa, putting the handbrake on this dirt, it does feel pretty good. But the 205 everybody wants is the GTI. On the right, we have the 1.6. It produces about 100 horsepower. Definitely a hot hatch, but not as much as the 1.9 GTI. This produces 130 horsepower, far more like it. Now, in 1992, this special edition was made in collaboration with BBC Radio 1. This was back in 1992 to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Radio 1, and this was, of course, back when Radio 1 still played good music. There's lots of custom details all around, lots of these badges all around. If you open the driver's door, there's a brass plaque on the door saying this is number 14 out of 25, and look at all the detail on here. No one's going to see that, but it's there. And in the boot, we've got a couple of 60-watt speakers mounted on the parcel shelf and a CD auto changer. That was a big deal in 1992. Right then, enough yapping, let's drive the 1.9 litre GTI. Now, this is a special edition, but underneath, the car is exactly the same. We've got the same engine, same chassis, it's no different, and you can just see how amazing this car is to drive. Brakes! Wow, we do have anti-lock. Good. It's basically go-kart handling, but with bags of power. And that power hasn't really ruined the handling at all. It's not too understeery, and you don't get like torque steer, nothing like that. Yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword using traffic in a video, because this kind of thing happens. What is everybody doing? And we haven't even got a hairpin down here. Oh no, maybe we do. Here we go. Ready? And handbrake. Yes! Very good handbrake. So with the traffic now turned off and on an open stretch of road, you can really get a sense of this car's speed and performance. You can basically bury the throttle and still get round the corners absolutely fine. Look at this! Oh my... Okay, we did lose the back end there, but I put my foot down, it just corrected itself. Okay, we've got a very tight corner coming up here. Good brakes. There you go. And handbrake. And power out of it. Power out, power out. Oh, just tap the wall there. Wheel spin in second gear. Let's do a jump. Why not? Here we go. Jumping in a Peugeot. Whoa! Can't see. Off we go. Yeah, I love the GTI. Okay, it's time for the proper rally version. This is a modified version of the rally we saw earlier. It's got the same engine, but it's been tuned, and we've got lots of modifications. So the most obvious thing is that on the inside, we've got a race steering wheel, we've got a stripped out interior with a roll cage going all the way round, and these nets on the side. We've got a custom dashboard with all the things you need for a rally car, ignition pump, fan, and so on. We've got very powerful front lights. Look at those. Rally tires, rally suspension and brakes, and a very nice livery, complete with the names of the drivers and some sponsorships on the side. I can see Michelin, Shell, Facom. What the hell is that? All right, 110 horsepower. It's definitely quite a bit more than we had on the rally, but is it good enough for rally performance? Well, we're in second gear, already up to 55 miles per hour. So the gearing, I think, has been changed a little bit. Now, first corner, down into second gear and pull the handbrake. Yes, look at that. Very grippy tyres. I was in the wrong gear, I think. This is meant to be an amateur rally car, and it is front-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive, but that doesn't really harm the performance. These cars were brilliant in the dirt, and front-wheel drive was very common in the 1980s for rally cars. And if you crash, you do have that roll cage, which gives you a lot of strength in the body. So then, let's take the 205 around the West Coast USA racetrack, and this is the 1.6 litre Cup car. It's a budget race car. We do have a lot of the same modifications that were on the rally car, most notably the bucket seats and the roll cage, but we now have 122 horsepower and some very grippy tyres. So let's see what it's like around the corners. Up to the first corner, hitting 80 miles per hour, very good brakes, and it's incredibly grippy. Look at that! 122 horsepower, and it's lacking torque. Yeah, maybe you should have put like the 1.9 litre GTI engine in here, but up the top end, not much performance out of this thing. Though the handling makes up for it. Look at that! Wow, we were nearly on 3 wheels around there. Rear wheel slightly lifts off the ground. Oh, into the dirt. This is not a race car that was designed for top-end speed. We're kind of capping out at 105, 110 on the long straight, but the brakes are very good. And the handling, whoa, I turned too sharply there. I can feel the rear wheel going again. Okay, then time for the corkscrew corner test. This car should be pretty good at it, but let's see. I'm going to take it relatively fast, about 50 miles per hour. Look at that. I mean, amazing. That was incredibly quick through there, and I bet it'll be good on this corner too. Let's try and push it really fast now. 80 miles per hour. Oh, it made it round there. We lost a lot of speed, but yeah, no drama, just a solid, grippy race car. The final config today is the Tolman edition. This is a Restomod made by a company called Tolman Motorsport in 2024. It's a British company that decided to modernize the 205. So it's a 1.9 litre GTI that's been tuned and improved. We now have 196 horsepower. Listen to that. And the interior has been subtly changed, but this car is meant to feel and look like an original. It's the 1.9 litre GTI, but it's been modernized. It even has a modern radio system that's designed to look like an old one. Look, we've got DAB on there. That wasn't around in the 1980s. Oh, and I love these Tolman gauges. Look at that. Oh, wait a second. They're a little bit laggy. I think these are digital gauges. Wow. So we have 200 horsepower, and it really is a big improvement. Oh, naturally aspirated as well. This car flies. Brakes are very good. Handling. Ooh. Handling actually feels a little bit more understeery. Maybe this car weighs a bit more, but it's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. It does seem to, maybe want to torque steer a bit too. Whoa, losing control on the back end. Oh, that's much more like it. Hitting 130 nearly on the long straight. How about the brakes though? Here we go. Oh, it's not as grippy as the Cup car. Push it into this corner. Whoa, yeah, it's more understeery, but I don't mind it really because of the performance. Onto the corkscrew corner. I'm losing control before we even get there. What's going on? Okay, we've got control back and brake down into second. Turn in. Wow. very understeery compared to the other one, but I really don't mind. It's great to see this car getting the love it deserves, both in BeamNG and the real world. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like and check out the mod links from the description below. But if you'd like to see a BeamNG mod of a 1980s Japanese hot hatchback, click the video on screen right now. It's the Honda City Turbo. But that's all from me, and I'll see you soon for some more simulator adventures.